In this week's Torah portion, we learn great advice on how to bring holiness into our lives, and we learn about the unique commandments that the king of Israel had to walk around with his own personal Torah scroll. Shalom, my friends. This is Akiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. The Torah portion that we're learning this week is called Shoftim, which means judges, and it opens up by saying that the people of Israel should place judges and officers in all of the gates of the land. Now, judges, of course, are the ones who sit and deliberate judgment and laws and interpret the laws. The officers are the ones who carry out the laws and make sure the people of the land are following them properly. Now, the Torah uses the word gates, that you should place judges and officers in all of your gates. And that means the different cities, right? Back in the ancient times, cities were protected by walls, and there were city gates through which people entered. And so they actually had judges sitting at the gates of the city, so people knew where to find them, right? They didn't have all the fancy modern technology that we have today. So they placed themselves at the gates, so everyone knew that's where you find the judges if you needed to deliberate something or get advice on something. But the Jewish spiritual tradition goes a little bit deeper and says that the word gates also refers to the gates of our face, right? What does that mean? It means that if you look at our face, if you look at a human face, there's all these different portals, so to speak, all these different openings or gates. We have our two eyes, we have our two nostrils, our two ears, and our one mouth. And these are all entry points into our body, right? What we see, what we hear, what we taste, what we smell. And what comes through these gates, so to speak, can have significant and profound impact on our lives, right? What we see, what we allow ourselves to see, what we allow ourselves to read, what we allow ourselves to watch, what we allow ourselves to hear. What are people talking about? Are people talking poorly about others? Or are they speaking nicely about others, or not speaking at all about other people, right? What kind of food do we put in our mouth? Right? Is it food that's healthy and building up our bodies, or is it, God forbid, the opposite? Is it damaging? And so we have these gates located in our face. And again, what comes through them really has a huge impact. So the Torah is telling us on a deeper spiritual level, how do you build a holy life? Put judges and officers at your gates. Kind of put up a guard. Don't let everything and anything in. Be selective. Be judgmental in a positive way in this case, right? Make sure that what is coming in is going to help you be the best person you can be. What you're seeing, what you're watching, what you're listening to, what you're eating, right? And when we put up these guards and we're careful about what comes in, we can really make sure that what comes in is going to build us into, again, the best people that we can become. So that's a little spiritual teaching that we learn that right at the beginning of this Torah portion. Later on in the Torah portion, we learn about the mitzvah, the commandment of appointing a king over the nation for leadership, for guidance. And the king of Israel is commanded to have his own personal Torah scroll with him that he carries with him at all times. Okay, and this is really to guide him, that wherever he goes, whatever he does, whatever he's doing for the nation, that he's using the wisdom and the values of the Torah to guide his actions and to guide his decisions. That he knows that he is an appointee of God, and that the Torah is his instruction manual on how to be the best leader, the best king for the people of Israel, and help them most successfully fulfill their mission using the Torah also as their guide. Now, one other interesting detail is that the king of Israel was meant to have his have two, actually, not just one, have two personal Torah scrolls, one that he takes with him at all times out and about in the world, and the other one he keeps in his home, so to speak, kind of tucked away. And again, the Jewish spiritual tradition teaches us that this is a reflection, this is a metaphor for the fact that there's both the public Torah, communal Torah that everyone is meant to keep, and then there's the personal Torah that each individual is meant to keep. What does that mean? There's the Torah with all of its laws and all of its commandments that are for everybody, relate to everybody. Everybody is meant to follow. And then there's someone's personal Torah scroll, which is a person's unique, individual, specific connection to the Torah, to God, to the wisdom taught in the scroll itself. And though, again, all the commandments are relevant to everybody, maybe there's one commandment that is super relevant, even more so to a specific individual, right? That's their unique thing to do in the world. It's more deeply connected to who they are and what they're here in this world to do. And that's the personal Torah that they keep at their home to remind them that, yes, while we all share this Torah and we all have an equal connection to it, and we're all equally obligated by it to follow its ways and its path, there's one specific thing that's more my thing, so to speak, something that I feel more attached to, connected to in a personal and unique and specific way. And it shows this balance, this beautiful balance of both community and also individuality, right? Communities are made up of individuals, right? Individuals make up a community. We need both. We need that community connection and strength and attachment, that involvement and participation in community, but also realize that we have our own individuality at the same time, right? And that we're supposed to, we're meant to, encourage to express that as well. And when each individual expresses his or her own unique individuality, the community becomes stronger. So these are a couple of pieces of great spiritual advice to bring into our lives from this week's Torah portion. All the best and be well.